Thomas here. You're watching Marie and Tyler's channel, MLB and Me. Today I'm gonna be making my mom's cinnamon roll recipe. I think she got it from my grandmother, but we always call it Ma's cinnamon rolls. So I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, what you'll need for this recipe is, you'll need flour. I'm just using regular flour, shortening, some salt, yeast, sugar, and water. You want the water to be no higher than 110 degrees. You also need, you'll see in the recipe, some oil, Caro syrup, cinnamon, butter, brown sugar, and I'm adding pecans I chopped up and some cranberries, dried cranberries. So, okay, let me start this. I'm gonna start with the dry ingredients. I'm gonna use 4 cups of flour, for salt, I'm using sea salt. I'm using 1/4 teaspoon. For sugar, I'm going to use 1/4 cup in here, and then I'm going to start the yeast too. So I'll probably use a tablespoon in that. And the water. So I've got a cup of warm water. I'm just going to proof the yeast. So I'm going to put the water in here. Using about 3/4 teaspoon of yeast. And I'm going to add, tablespoon of sugar to that. It just makes it rise faster. The yeast activates it faster. Make sure that's stirred up. Okay, I'm going to add some shortening. You can use Crisco or lard, whatever kind you like. And I'm going to put 1/4 cup in there. And I'm going to mix these. make sure all your ingredients are mixed up real good. While the yeast is proofing, I'm going to do the cinnamon and sugar. Okay, I'm gonna take, this is a 1/4 cup. I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup, or yeah, 1/2 cup, and your cinnamon. I don't know if you can see that. I like a lot of cinnamon, so I'm going to use 3 tablespoons. Let me mix that. There, that's what it should look like. You can adjust the recipe however you want. Most of it. This is good enough. I'm going to go ahead and start it. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna switch to a dough hook. Okay, this is getting really dry, so I'm going to add more water. That's about 1.5 cups of water I added altogether. Yeah, it's looking good. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and add, I have a cup of chopped pecans and about a half a cup of dried cranberries, and I chopped them up in the NutriBullet. Let me get this off the hook. Let me show you what it looks like. The cranberries and pecans are optional. You don't have to add them. I just thought I would try it. Let that knead for about 5 minutes. And then I'm going to put it in the oven for, well, until it doubles in size. You want all your ingredients all mixed up real good. And get that yeast mixed in there real good. Okay, it's been just over 5 minutes for kneading it. Yeah, I'm gonna cover the bowl with plastic wrap. I'll show you. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to put a little oil on it, just on the outside of the dough, to keep it moist. It's pretty moist, but you might have to adjust the water depending on where your area is too. Let me show you what it looks like. Let's see, and it's real nice dough and real stretchy. So okay, I'm gonna cover it with plastic wrap and then well, the best I can. Okay, so you'll put the bowl in. You'll want that to double in size. So it's going to be about 45 minutes to an hour. And sorry. put it in the oven. Have the light turned on so it stays warm in there. So I'll be back in about an hour. Okay guys, that's got about 6 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is start the topping that I'm going to put on when it's done baking. So I'm using sweetened condensed milk. I'm going to take the wrapper off, and I'm going to scrape I scraped all the glue off, and I'm going to try, I don't know if this will work or not, but I'm going to try coconut milk too, just to see. I wanted to see if it'll work. And I have a couple things I can do with it. So I took the labels off, scraped the glue off, and then I'm going to put them in just regular water and bring it to a boil. And let me show you. The rolls. See, they're just about done raising. So I'm going to let that boil, and I'll be back in a few minutes to show you the rest of the cinnamon rolls. Okay, that's boiling, so I'm going to put the lid on it, turn it down, and get the rolls out. Can you see that? No? That's what the rolls are going to look like. I gotta knead them again for about 5 minutes. So let me get that. Okay, that's done kneading. Can't really see it, but I'm gonna roll these out so I can it depends on how moist it is and how much flour you'll need. You want to get them about 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch to 1/4 of an inch thickness. Oh, the milk is going to the sweetened condensed milk and the coconut milk is going to boil for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. The longer you boil it, the thicker it gets. And I'll show you what I'm making. So here's what the dough looks like all rolled out. You'll want it nice and thin. And hang on. Okay, I'm going to take some butter and spread it all over the top of the dough. You can make it use as much as you want or as little. It doesn't have to be a ton. I'm going to use the whole stick. On this one, because there's quite a bit here. These are going to be good. Then you'll take your, when you get it, oops. When you get it looking like that, you can use less butter if you want, but this is the way I like it. You'll take your cinnamon and just put it all over. Cinnamon and sugar. Let me see. Okay, then you'll just start rolling it. I'm trying to roll it as tight as I can. And then I'm using a cutter and cut them. It's probably 2 inches. One, two, three, four. I got 16 out of that. Let me grab my pan. Okay. In this bowl I have about 3/4 of a cup of Caro syrup. 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to add brown sugar. I didn't measure it, but that's probably 1/4 cup packed. But I want to mix that up as good as I can. And the pan's all oiled. So I'm going to dump this in the bottom. Spread it out real good. And then I'm going to start lining up the rolls. I'm going to do 3 across. Okay, I'm gonna have to do more. Okay, so this is what that looks like. I'm going to put it back in the oven with the light on for probably 45 minutes to an hour, because I want them to be nice and nice size. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, everybody, here's what the cinnamon rolls look like so far. I'm going to go ahead and set the oven for 400. And I'll set the time. I'll set the timer for 40 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and take these out because they've been boiling for about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. So they should be done. Do you know what I'm making for the... I don't think that one turned out. The topping. I'll show you in a minute what it'll be. I gotta let it cool down. When the cinnamon rolls are done, I'll open it. Okay, the cinnamon rolls are done. Let me take them out and show you. They took 40 minutes. So that's what they look like right now. I'm gonna let this cool down for a little bit, about 20 minutes. And then we can do the topping. So my phone's plugged in, so I can't get too close. But that's gonna sit and cool down for a while. So I'll show you when. Okay, cool, guys. I let the cinnamon rolls cool off a little too long, so they're kind of stuck to the pan, but sometimes that just happens. So you want to see what's in the can, or what it turned to? Oops. Yummy caramel. I'm going to drizzle this over over some of the cinnamon rolls. So this is what they look like when I took them out. This caramel is so good. This makes perfect caramel for apples too. All kinds of stuff you can use it. So that's what they look like. All done. Yum. Let me try a bite. Wow. That's really good. So, don't forget this is sweetened condensed milk. And I just boiled it for an hour and a half. The longer you boil it, the harder the caramel gets. I've used unsweetened, and I couldn't really taste the difference, but that was all we have, so. But, yeah, so that's my mom's cinnamon rolls with a twist. So, let me grab a bowl. Sorry, whoops. Sorry.